Plenty of friendly faces and 188 vintage cars. The mood is welcoming here at the 28th Alpine Rally in Kitzbühel. But this year, the participants will have to keep their wits about them. Because two rather dangerous-looking wise guys are sitting in this Citroën 11B. Gangsters, from the look of it. One is Wolfgang Kerst. He says matching the outfit of the car is half the fun, and the fans love it. It is all in good fun, and the weapon is a water pistol. They've got 600 kilometers ahead of them, so there's no time to waste. The youngster this year is the Polo G40, with Austrian singer Christina Stürmer as co-pilot. Christina says their car may be newer, but they'll admire all the vintage models as they pass them on the road. Ferdinand Stuck is at the helm of the Polo. Race car driver Hans-Joachim Stuck is his father. There's a family rivalry in the making. Ferdinand says they're quite a bit in front of his father. They'll try to hold their position and beat him to the finish. For some of the vintage cars, the steep inclines are a challenge. The Polo, though, can put out 85 kilowatts. Even so, the name of the game is join the line and go with the flow. But the oldsters still have a bit of oomph left in them. Look at her go. Sebastien Ogier is also here in a Salzburg Rally Beetle for a star turn.
Maybe my genetic of a racing driver gonna come back, and then I will want to have some adrenaline, of course, like always.
I would just close my eyes.
But remember.
And indeed, at the next challenge stage, Sebastien Ogier can't hold back. His racing instinct surged to the fore. With some fancy driving, the Beetle shows what it's made of. But is it really a good idea to take a rare Salzburg Beetle? Or a €1,000,000 gem like this 300 SL and push them this hard on the rally course? Shouldn't they just be at home resting? Not at all, says the driver. A car like this needs to get out, and you can wave at everyone. In the meantime, the father-son duel is heating up. Hans-Joachim Stuck is in a red Porsche 365B, hot on the heels of his son up ahead. By the midday break, he's caught up, and they pose for a family photo. Ferdinand says they're still planning on beating his father to the finish. His father fell behind on purpose, but they're not going to let him spy on them. Christina says they'll put the rubber to the road. Hans-Joachim Stuck says he won't go easy on them. Ferdinand and Christina are doing great, but now comes the slalom, where he'll clean up. The slalom is one of the special challenges at the rally. It's an extra, and everyone competes in the same car, a modern Polo GTI. Hans-Joachim Stuck may be retired from racing, but he hasn't lost a trick. His co-pilot is most definitely impressed. Wow. Back in his trusty Porsche, he continues onward at a comfortable pace and basks in the beautiful scenery. So it's no surprise that the Polo G40 arrives ahead of him at the finish. Christina says it's all a matter of strategy. Of course, there's always the moment where you think, oh my God, what does this all mean? But once you figure it out, you give yourself a big pat on the shoulder. And then there's the view. They saw it all, even a cow on the road. And Ferdinand says they achieved their goal ahead of his father at the finish, and on points. Eventually, the Porsche also arrives at the finish line in Kitzbühel. The fans are here too, for one last look. Axel Mark says it was lovely. The weather and the course were fabulous. And what's the best part of the Kitzbühel Alpine Rally? When he gets his driver lost. That's amusing. He says the best part is watching the fans enjoy themselves. Stefan Wittgen says the drive itself is fun, and when you do well on points, that's nice. And then there's the Alpine panorama. And what's great, they didn't even argue. Andreas Pohl says it's the classic cars, the landscape, the sense of history. It's all perfect.